everyone, I'm Kiki and I'm here at Reload Festival with ANKOR. Hi Jess and Eleni, so nice to see you again.
It's lovely to see you again.
Yes. You already had a good show this morning. You woke up everyone on the big main stage. How's your day going so far?
Really good, actually. It was a kind of a new thing for us to get up at 8 a.m. to play a show. Yeah. And we were a bit worried because it started raining a lot as well. And we thought, who's going to be at our show? But actually, like, a lot of people came. Yeah. People were doing circle pits at 10:15 a.m., which is crazy. I love you guys. It was fun.
I haven't played so early in my life ever, and you do, actually.
Yeah, same.
So the hour was difficult, the weather conditions were really difficult, but it didn't turn out so bad, actually. Yeah, like even mud diving, so why not?
Mud diving, yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's the third day of the festival, and the weather has been better. So on Thursday it was a little sunnier, but you also been playing a lot of shows this past few weeks. You also played Wacken, and I watched the live stream. It was incredible.
Oh, thank you.
It was not your first time,
Thank
though.
you. No, second time. Second year in a row, actually, as well, which was crazy. And more prepared this time. Which was fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. We also saw on social media, if you've been following ANKOR on social media, we saw Max, who's our camera person right now. Many talents, as you just said. We saw him be your metronome because you had some technical difficulties recently and you couldn't hear the click.
Oh yeah, that was a day I'm never gonna forget in my life. I think even when I'm in my deathbed, I will think of that show. Yeah, because we have some technical issues and our in-ears weren't working, so we couldn't hear anything, not our instruments, backing tracks, click, nothing. So dear Max here was trying to hear from the outside monitors the backing tracks to get kind of an idea of where the song was, the backing tracks were, and was tapping my foot the whole show. So he's my hero. I love you.
Absolutely. And as you've been also touring a lot, etc., I wanted to hear a little bit of your experiences and your perspectives, because as women in metal, we're still not in the 50-50 numbers yet, and it can be a little difficult. Talking about social media, I just heard recently from the singer of Venues that she was at a smaller festival or a smaller show and there wasn't a women's bathroom in the backstage. Have you had such experiences?
What? No. Like, no. I think we've been quite lucky with all the festivals and all the venues we've played. We haven't had issues like that.
The only thing was in some very small festivals, they had like only chemical toilets for everybody, but that's a rare, very rare. But no, in most festivals you get women's toilets.
Yeah, we've been lucky, I have to say.
Showers also, you get some privacy.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, that's terrible. It's terrible. Like, just imagining it now.
Yeah, I have to get her at some point and ask her as well. But yeah, I've also seen singers doing their makeup in their like Dixie toilets and like plastic. Terrible. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, we've been lucky, I have to say. Yeah. So it's all been good, actually.
We saw Spirit Box yesterday, and also in kind of these horror stories, I saw Courtney in one of these How Did She Learn to Scream videos. She told a story that she started cupping the mic kind of to protect herself because people would try to grab her boobs and stuff in the very beginning of her career. But like that became this kind of coping and defense mechanism.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I think, at our shows, I have to say, I think we've been quite lucky. Actually, like Eleni herself, she did crowd surfing the other day for the first time in her life.
You really have to say that, then.
It was a great moment, Eleni. And we were all on stage because instead of doing a normal crowd surfing, she just did it upside down, like a superhero.
Damn,
and we were all worried that people were going to grab her boobs. So we were all from stage like looking. And everyone was super respectful.
Yeah, nobody.
It was amazing. Everyone was trying to avoid it.
It was so easy to do it, but they didn't do it.
Yeah, so I think we're quite lucky with the crowds we have. They're very respectful.
And you feel safe enough.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I think I do really feel like our shows, at least in venues, of course, are quite a safe space for people, which is a great feeling, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really good. We're also here to recap a little bit our talk that we had at TUSKA Festival last month, 2 months ago.
A couple of months.
Yeah. Because our recordings didn't work out, and We talked about the influences of your music and etc. Do you have a favorite moment of our talk?
Favorite moment. I enjoyed all of it, to be honest. I think it was a very, very interesting chat. And to say, I think it was the most interesting interview conversation that we've ever had, I have to say. Because normally, of course, we have more normal interviews, and it was really nice to chat about modern metal and women in metal as well, to be present there as well. So I really enjoyed everything. I really loved the moment as well when I found out that our crew were all there and the band that were there watching, because I didn't see them walk in, so I loved that a lot.
Yeah, it was a very deep interview and conversation, regarding women's rights and equality in metal music, even the LGBT equality in metal music and whatever, and how all this music scene is progressing. So it was lovely, actually.
Yeah. And actually, TUSKA Festival, I think, was a great example of it as well. I think
super
it was
open and super safe.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And we had Solens there as well, and we were just recapping that as well in the whole festival in a previous episode of the podcast. And my co-host was telling me they started interviewing each other, and I just sat back there and just watched it happen. It was amazing.
That's fun, yeah, because I think this format where you just sit down and have a chat, you know, it's not as formal. You can all just talk to each other. It's fun. I really enjoyed it. It was great fun.
Yeah. So how is the Solens collab coming along? There was the idea about making a song
There was the
together
idea
about
there. We
not being
haven't
heavy
talked
enough.
about it anymore. But I think it would be cool, to be honest. Because we watched their set at Resurrection Fest, because both bands played there as well. And we really, really enjoyed the show. I think it was the show we enjoyed the most, because it was different, a bit different to the other bands that were, at least on the day we were there. It was very classic metal. So they were a bit fresher, of course.
Yeah. Awesome. The social media point of view that you do very well. Does that also influence your songwriting, your workflow? Do you make songs for TikTok?
No. I wouldn't say we do that. We do obviously think of what's in trend, what people like, or what bands are growing. We pay attention to all that. But we do what we like. I mean, we're not going to sell our souls to be bigger. We love the music we play. And one thing I believe is, if you're not your biggest fan of your band, then don't do it. And I have to say, I'm the biggest fan of ANKOR. I love our music. I love listening to our albums and our songs. And I want it to keep being that way. I don't want to make music that I don't enjoy listening or playing.
Exactly. Otherwise, it sounds cheap.
Yeah.
And you cannot go very far with that.
It's not authentic, and I think people notice that as well. Obviously, there are people who will like other styles more than ours, of course. But I think one thing that we have with the people who listen to our music is that they connect to the lyrics and what the songs are about. And sometimes when you see them singing and crying, even we've done these VIPs for our venue shows this summer, and we played some songs in acoustic, and it's songs that we don't usually play live. And one of the songs, for example, is about someone we lost years ago, and we cried on the first time. The first time we played it, we were all crying, but even the crowd was crying. We were all getting so emotional, and sharing those moments and bonding with people like that for me is magical. So
that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you have any advice for newcomers, especially younger women in metal?
Use social media as a tool, but don't overdo it. And exactly like we said before, don't try to just do what people want you to do. Of course, use social media to publish your new material and advertise yourself, but don't become a mannequin, if it makes any sense. But yes, social media is super important. For example, I think that's kind of how I got in this band. So, I mean, they helped me.
Yeah.
And just believe in yourself, because it's never gonna be easy in the beginning. There are many bumps on the road, so just be persistent and keep fighting.
Yep.
Actually, yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much. This has been fun. What's next for you?
Actually, we have Full Metal Cruise next month, which will be really cool.
Yeah.
And then actually the rest of the year is quite chill. We have one more show in Spain, and then we're going to be preparing, because next year, end of winter, beginning of spring, we have a big tour coming up.
Yeah. So
A great I have to say it's a great toy. I'm very excited about it. We can't say it yet, but I think we'll be able to announce it very soon. Very, very soon. So stay tuned, because I think people are going to like what we're going to do.
Yeah, next year's going to be kind of mental.
Yeah,
people are going to like it, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
So much.